Hello, I'm Martin. I'm here in the willow plantation. Welcome to another WildWatch. Okay, well, I'm actually here in the willow plantation. This is an area which is very, very close to the tack piece. The tack piece is this huge field which is seasonally flooded. We bring the water levels up every winter to try and create these seasonal wetlands. The tack piece is absolutely covered in birds. It's been fantastic for weeks and it seems to just be getting better and better. Now, the sort of birds you expect to see out on the tack piece is a variety. It's quite easy to see around 40 species of bird. Huge numbers of golden plover are coming in, lapwing and dunlin. Now, they form the tight wheeling flocks which, when a peregrine falcon arrives on the scene, they're the first ones usually to go up into the sky and start making these twisty, turny movements where the colour seems to change. With the golden plover, they're golden above and then white below. Almost like a shoal of sardines. That's a good way of looking at it. In addition to that, teal, shoveler, the numbers are going through the roof. We're well over 3,000 teal on site now. And the widgeon as well, numbers are still going up. Absolutely rammed with birds, loads of stuff to see and lots of action out there. Mild weather has meant that the wader numbers have increased. They really do like this sort of weather. It means they can feed, carry on as normal. Although it does affect some of the other wildfowl species numbers. So we've not had too much in the way of cold weather, certainly not much on the continent, which has meant that the Buick swan numbers, white-fronted geese, are a little bit lower than what we would expect for this time of the year. We do have one unusual visitor here at the moment. It's normally out to sea at this time of the year, but the succession of storms have driven this individual into us here at Slimbridge, and it's called a grey phalarope. It's quite a scarce bird here. We may only see one in the county each year. Just got the one and it's hiding out amongst the rushes, still being seen daily at the moment.
Hi, I'm Jay and we're behind the scenes again in total. Today we're in a room called the quarantine facility, which you guys won't usually get to see because we use animals for handling sessions and they come from all over the world. They could be potentially carrying diseases, so we have to keep them in quarantine for 6 months before you guys even get to have a look at them. So the particular species we're going to show today is the glass frogs. Now these guys, they're a really cool species, and the reason why they're called the glass frog is obviously because you can see their internal organs, and what they use that for is they use it to help camouflage them when they're hiding under leaves. These guys are a nocturnal species, which means they come out at night. During the daytime, they spend a lot of time just hiding underneath the leaves, just mimicking that leaf for camouflage, to hide away from any predators, anything that may eat them. Now, they come from areas in South America, places like Brazil and Suriname, and they live on the sides of rivers and streams, and when they breed, they'll lay their eggs. The male will cool, and he'll get the female to lay eggs close to the water's edge, and he usually will guard those eggs. So if any other animal or anything comes near it, he'll actually fend them off. Now, we've got a group of 7 in this enclosure. They've only just got to adult size. So to try and identify which sex they are, with this particular species, it's quite hard. So the only way that I'm going to be able to identify which is female and which is male is in the summer, when it starts to get a little bit warm, the females will start developing their eggs. So fingers crossed I've got some pairs in here and then we can hopefully breed them. So these guys have already been in quarantine for 4 months now, so they've got another 2 months, and hopefully once they're ready to come out, I'll set them up with an exhibit on display so you guys can see them for yourselves.
Hello, I'm Phoebe and I'm down here in the North American pen today to take part in our annual stocktake. Some of the species prove harder to count than others, and the hooded merganser and bufflehead are particularly difficult. The nature of the way they display and swim and occupy the pen means they're diving a lot, so we need to come out and do this quite sensitively. Today I've brought my volunteer Heleth to come down and help me in the count. The hoodies and the bufflehead are really giving it a great effort with their displays at the moment, helped on by the sunshine. The hooded mergansers will raise their crests, fluff up their chests and give a fantastic gurgle and really attract the girls. And the buffleheads live up to their name. They'll buffle along through the pen, very low lying, like little submarines in the water, buffing their heads along as they go, really showing off their iridescence. And when you think about how birds' eyesight's very different to ours, the way they see UV, the white in their plumage must look absolutely fantastic. On a personal note, it's also a lovely opportunity to come down and count the birds because I can check up on my birds of 2015. Several of the bufflehead and hooded mergansers out here I actually raised from an egg in the duckery this year. So it's lovely to see how they're getting on with the adults, how they're joining in, and what a large proportion of them are also engaging in all this displaying behaviour. Without a doubt, the North American wildfowl have some of the most fantastic displays of them all. So if you do manage to find some time, even just a few minutes at lunchtime, do head down to the North American pen and see some of these fantastic behaviours for yourself.
Thanks for watching this edition of WildWatch. If you've enjoyed it, please do get in touch on social media. Otherwise, sign up to our newsletter to keep up to date with new episodes and events happening around the centre.